Hi, this is John from Chicago. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a build for you. I'm building up the iFlight DC3 quad. This quad itself came out about 15 months ago, and about a year ago a number of the reviewers called this their quad of the year. They have a DJI unit with fantastic video in the goggles and be able to be under 250 gram limit. It was quite something. It flies good, it's a great cruiser, and it does acrobatics too. This received quite a bit of praise, and I figured this would be a good one to start my build. The build itself, I wanted to build it because I wanted to see if I could build it about 40 grams lighter. To do that, I'm using a Vista air unit instead of the full-size DJI air unit. That's where I'm getting most of the weight savings. By using this Vista, though, it also allows me to get rid of all the TPU that was in this frame to hold the Vista unit and the various antennas. So I'm saving 6-7 grams on the frame, and the rest of that 40 grams on a little over 30 grams on the Vista unit. Some other changes is I wanted to use an all-in-one board instead of the two boards that iFlight had in it before. By doing that, it simplifies the build and just keeps it a little bit lighter. I'm using the GH F4 board. It's a 20 by 20 mounting pattern, so it bolts right on. There was one problem with it. I couldn't put it in the front set of mounts because it's longer than the other boards, and it would hit this column here on the frame. So I had to move that to the rear position, which shouldn't be a problem. And I then moved the Vista unit up. Let's see, some of the other things that are in here are the motors. I went instead of the Zing motors. I like the motors, but they were expensive. These are the Beta FPVs, 1404 by 4000 kV motors. They were on sale for around $6 a piece for Good Friday, or Black Friday. And I try to take advantage. I know the flight control board I bought from Race Day Quad, they had 10% for Black Friday off, so I got a little bit off there. And I think the frame was also 10% off, so this listed for $30, so I got it for $3 less. So cost-wise, overall, I was able to, all the components for this cost $246, where if I bought it bind and fly, I'd be looking at $280, so it saves about $36 by building it yourself. Normally you end up more expensive to build yourself. That's why a lot of the reviewers are going away from building things themselves. But it does allow me to use different pieces in here that I want to try out. So let me solder up the motors and the Vista unit. One note on the Vista unit, there's 4 wires that connect the Vista unit to the flight control board. I'm going to put those on a plug, so I'm just able to plug this in and unplug it, and then I'm able to move this Vista unit and the camera and the antenna from model to model. This way I could use this Vista unit, which is $150, on 2 or 3 other quads. That allows me to get more quads per the dollar. I soldered everything up. The motors are all soldered on, and I did put it on Betaflight, and I had to use BL Heli Suites to reverse several of the motors, so they're all spinning the right way now. As I said, I'm using a plug here to connect the air unit, the 4 wires on the air unit, to the 4 wires on the ESC board. That way in the future, if I want to move this over to another quad, it's easy to do. I could just unplug the connector there. I'm using a balance plug from a battery. I think there's probably a better connector out there to use, something with lighter wires. So I need to look for that for future builds. But I need to attach the antenna and put the top on, and I should be all, and then I have to initialize or update the software on my Vista unit, and I should be ready to fly. To measure the maximum thrust, I tried to see how many blocks I could pick up, and ended up picking up 6 2/10 blocks, which weigh 1,019 grams, plus the all-up weight of the quad, which was another 217 grams, for a total of 1,236 grams, which had a power-to-weight ratio of 5.7. This is the highest power-to-weight ratio of any of my 13 DJI smaller quads. The next test is a range test. I'm unable to show you the video from the range test because my goggles would not record. The goggles would say I'm in low power mode, and when I armed, it wouldn't go up and record. I don't know if it's a problem with my new Vista unit on this, or if there's a setting that's bad. If you have any ideas, please leave those in the comments below so I could get this thing fixed. If it's a problem with the Vista unit, I think I'll need to send it into DJI to have them work on it. But my range testing, my track is 300 meters long. It's really too short for testing any of the DJI quads because they all make 300 meters. For the analog quads, it works pretty good. I might have 3 of them that made it out of, say, about 40 quads. So it's less than 10% that are making that 300 meters. But with the DJI quads, I have 13 of them, and I think I've tested 10 of them, or 9 of them, and they all made the 300 meters, including this one. This one, though, did have some problems making it. The latencies were way up on it, so when I was out the 300 meters by the white fence, it was hard to turn around in the trees and miss the branches because my vision was maybe a half a second behind. The other thing was the bit rate was dropped from 50 or 48 down to, I think, around 25. So things were starting to break up pretty bad, but I did make the turnaround and was able to fly back to the house. Then the other thing that I test for is normally speed testing around my outdoor track for these DJI quads. The quad goes around the major part of the park, goes by the ball diamond, over to the basketball court, then back around a tree. And my times for, average times for 3 consecutive laps has varied on these DJI quads from the fastest at 12.7, which was my Transtech Beetle 2.5 inch, to my slowest, which was the Beta 75 Whoop, which is digital, and that was at 20 seconds. So this one here, I could not look at the video to get the time, but I used my watch and I estimated it to be 13 seconds lapse. So this would be tied, I think, for the fastest of any of my quads. It has the largest power to weight ratio of 5.7. With the Transtech Beetle, I think it's had a power to weight ratio of 4.1. I'm anxious to get my video working so I could show you more flights, but because I'm not showing you some flights, I'm going to give you a little bonus area. I'm going to show you where I'm at testing all my 13 DJI quads. Now, as a bonus, I'm going to do a little preview of my upcoming DJI small quads roundup. These are 12 different DJI small quads. All of them, most of them under 250 grams all up weight. And I've been having a lot of fun flying these. DJI digital is, the vision is fantastic. Once you fly it, it's hard to go back to analog. But what we have here is I have my Beta FPV 85X. I also had the 75X, but I broke the frame on it, so I put the bigger, tougher 85 frame on it. But if you were looking for something small, this weighed, I had a dry weight of 55 grams, and this one 65 grams. Then moving up, I have the iFlight A85. This increases in weight, but it has a lot bigger motors on it. Then I go to the Phantom, RC Phantom, that will have a Nebula camera in it, along with my next one here. This is 2.5 inch, and I have a 3 inch, and the 3 inch is the Armington Tadpole frame. Then I have my Gep RC Rocket Plus. It has a full-size air unit on with an SD card, built-in SD card slot. That's a lot of fun to fly. I'm looking at, when it gets warmer, taking off the hoops and putting 2.3-inch props on it, which will speed it up quite a bit. Then for speaking of speed, I have my Transtech Beetle. It's a pretty heavy, solid quad, but it is quick with the 6,000 kV motors on it. Then coming up here, next one is one of my quads that I enjoy flying quite a bit. It's a 3-inch, and it used to be a Visi-Whoop, and I took the parts from that and put it into a Cougar frame, a 3-inch Cougar frame, or a Hornet frame, not a Cougar, Hornet frame, and I really enjoy flying it. It's under 100 grams dry weight. I think it's 95 grams dry weight, with 3-inch props and a full-size camera. So that's a fun quad. Then I'm looking at building my iFlight DC2, which is 2.5-inch props. I just reviewed the DC3, which is a 3-inch props. And this one here had the highest thrust values, or not the highest thrust, but the highest power to weight ratio. The Copus Minis had my highest thrust value. I think it was about 100 grams more than the DC3, but it's a lot heavier, so the power to weight ratio dropped on that. And then my last one here is 4-inch. And this is not really meant for speed, it's meant for range, and that's my Gep RC Baby Croc 4-inch. So I'll be bringing these all to you in the next month or two. I'm hoping to get some warmer weather so I can do some outdoor flying. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those down below. And this is John from Chicago, and thanks for watching.